everyone, I'm here today to take a look at the Mattel Legacy Collection Lost World Jurassic Park Sarah Harding set with adult and juvenile Stegosaurus. First we've got the packaging, and this is really awesome packaging. I normally throw it away, but I'm going to keep this because it's in the shape of the trailer that we saw in the Lost World. You can see Sarah in the front there in like the driver's section, and then the two Stegosauruses in the back, the baby one at the top and the large one at the bottom there. And then you can just see there's kind of spines on the back there through the windows. So it's a really cool design. And then on the back it just shows the dinosaurs, same as you get on your standard packaging. So it's got the Jurassic World Legacy Collection logo on the door. Yeah, seeing dinosaurs in there. That's the side of the box that looks like the front of the truck, the windscreens and all that, and the back there. Here we've got Sarah, and it's great seeing more Lost World characters. We already got Roland Tembo, now Sarah. I'm wondering if we're going to get the whole cast like we did for the first Jurassic Park movie, because the Lost World characters aren't quite as popular, but personally I'd still like to see the rest of the gang. But for Sarah here, the sculpt's pretty good. I think especially from a side view, it looks quite a bit like the actress, more than it does from a front view. And the costume's pretty accurate with her jacket. Red kind of jumper underneath. She's even got the neckerchief around her neck there. She's got the camera, which is removable. That'll slide off over her head there. You can't really get her to hold it in her hands. She'll hold the straps, but then the straps are kind of sticking up a bit weird. So it's a bit difficult to get her in a pose where it looks like she's trying to take a photograph. That's kind of the best I could get it, like that. But then you've got the kind of strap sticking up a bit strange. I guess it doesn't look too bad. Looks like she's taking some photographs of some pteranodons up in the air or something. And for articulation, arms go out to the side and the elbows also move out, as well as swiveling. The elbow swivels and the shoulder swivels. Head moves around. It's pretty tight, but it should move around. I don't like pushing them if they're too tight though, in case they break, because I don't really need to move that, but if you force it, it will, and it's not supposed to break off. Legs go out to the side, do the splits, knee joints, and there's a swivel at the knee as well. So pretty much the standard articulation. If you've had any of these regular human figures from the Mattel line, you'll know the articulation. This is about as close as I can get my camera to focus, so hopefully you can still see all the detail in the jacket. Even though this isn't a Hammond collection figure, yeah, it's got some really nice detail. You can see the stitching going down the jacket and the buttons on the pockets. And the jacket opens up, it's a separate piece. So you can see the top there underneath as well. Creases and things in the back. I feel like these human figures are definitely getting better. Some of the earlier ones had really ugly faces. That's why I never bothered getting Alan from the Legacy Collection, because the face just looked so ugly. I don't know if it was the sculpt or just a dodgy paint job, but they're starting to put a little bit more effort in. And here she is with the other Lost World characters we've had. We've got Ian Malcolm, even though he's in his Jurassic Park outfit, not Lost World, Sarah, and then Roland the other side there. And personally I think you can even tell here the difference in the faces on Roland and Sarah compared to Ian there, who doesn't really look that accurate, and I think he's got a bit of a dodgy looking face as well. So definitely improving. Hopefully we'll get Eddie and Nick so we can at least complete the kind of research team. But it'd be nice to get more hunters as well. I'd like to get Dieter Stark, RJ, Carter even, because he got a figure in the original line. Now here's the juvenile Stegosaurus, and I'm always happy to get juvenile versions of dinosaurs. I think it's nice building up a herd, having some younger ones and not just adults. I've got a reasonably good accurate sculpt to it. Kind of that cute looking juvenile face there. It's got a mostly green colour of the plastic, then there's brown underneath there, as well as some sort of slightly more reddish brown along the tips of the fins. Spikes on the tail are painted, though these fins here aren't painted, and neither are the ones on the back of the neck there, which is a bit of a shame. And there's some more brown around the eye. And the beak is painted as well. Nice detailing on it. Articulation is the legs go forward and backwards. The tail swivels, though I don't know why you'd really want it to, because that just breaks up the sculpt and looks weird. It'd be better if the tail moved from side to side, like the Ankylosaurus juvenile tail does. And then the head goes up and down, so you can get it kind of grazing or looking up at an adult. And it swivels as well. So pretty nice articulation there. A more of a close-up look at the detailing. Little cracks and wrinkles, notches and things. The nails aren't painted on the toes, but I don't think it looks too bad. I don't think that's really that noticeable. It's just these fins here and on the back of the head I wish were painted like the fins on top there. They've done a pretty good job on this in hiding the app code as well, because the app code actually comes out of the top here, so you'd barely notice it's there. It's better than having that notch that a lot of them have, so they basically have a hole in their back where you kind of get your nail in there to pull the app code out. The only thing is though, the fins on top of the app code there are kind of curved backwards and don't match with the rest. Like on the other side there, they're not like that, they go straight up. But where the app code is, they're sort of bent backwards, which is weird. I don't know why they've done that. I guess that was sculpted separately to the rest of the fins, so maybe whoever was sculpting this bit was a different person to who sculpted these bits, and they just didn't correspond with each other. And there's the app code. I don't really like this app code device thing coming out the top there, because it makes it look like the dinosaur's a robot with like a control panel coming out the top. And here's the juvenile Stegosaurus with some of the other juveniles we've had. Got the juvenile Brachiosaurus there, and the Nisutoceratops, and Bumpy the Ankylosaurus. We've had a few more as well. We had Beta, the kind of baby Velociraptor, and we've had the baby T-Rex as well. And here's the adult Stegosaurus that comes in the pack, and this is almost identical to the first Stegosaurus we got from Jurassic World back in 2018. The only difference is it has the app code that slides out the top there, like with the juvenile. But otherwise, if you've got that original Stegosaurus, you know what you're getting with this. Exactly the same articulation, pretty much exactly the same sculpt. I guess they must have re-sculpted this back part to put the app code fin in, but you can barely tell the difference. And it's got the same action feature as well, where you push the fin on the back and it makes the tail swish from side to side. The head's exactly the same, legs are all exactly the same. So for articulation, the back legs, as well as going forward and backwards, also swivel out to the side a bit like that. And then the front ones just go forward and backwards, they don't go out to the side. And then the head goes up and down. And will swivel around like that. So you've got the fin here that you push down, and it makes the tail swish from side to side. I don't mind that it's the same as the original, because that was actually quite a nice sculpt. Though because this is supposed to be a Lost World Stegosaurus, I wish the tail was going straight out a bit more, because in that movie it had the Stegosaurus tails going straight out rather than drooping down like this, because scientists now think that the tail probably did stick out like that rather than drooping down, so this isn't as accurate. But for some reason, for the Lost World movie, the Jurassic World movie, sorry, they had it drooping down, but in the Lost World, it was out straight. As you can see on this Lost World Stegosaurus, this is from the Kenner toy line, you can see how the tail is kind of hovering above the ground more where it's out straight. So it'd have been nice if they had at least resculpted the tail and tried to fit it in there, sticking up more, since this is supposed to be a Lost World Stegosaurus, just for a bit of variety as well. But this is still a nice sculpt. So here it is next to the original Jurassic World Stegosaurus. I like the paint job on the new one better. And here it is with the Dino Escape Stegosaurus, which is actually a different sculpt, even though it looks very similar. And they've got paint jobs that complement each other quite nicely. And here it is next to the Kenner Lost World Stegosaurus, which has pretty much no articulation. It's more of a statue, but it's got a gorgeous paint job. Those Kenner Lost World dinosaurs did have really beautiful paint jobs. The T-Rexes do as well. The way the colours are all blended together like that looks a lot more natural. And also this Kenner Stegosaurus has the more upright tail. You can build up quite a nice herd now with all these different Stegosauruses. I think there's at least one more variant that I don't have of a different colour. I can't remember exactly what that one looked like, but I think it was pretty much just a repaint of the original one again. If you've got that one too, it really looks nice having them all together. And I'd recommend getting that Lost World Stegosaurus if you can too. It looks pretty good in the background there. Just want to thank Keep On Collecting for sponsoring me on Patreon. They have their own YouTube channel that I'll link in the description. Thanks everyone else for watching. Let me know what you think of the Sarah Harding Legacy Collection pack, and if you'd want to see any other Lost World characters featured, or maybe a playset like the trailer. It would be a kind of a vehicle playset combo. That would be pretty cool because Kenner did release that back in the day. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.